Okay, so good morning, everyone, and great to see everybody. I'm Jackie Lewis, from the Becoming Literature Center, and I invited Ms. Lily Campos, Director for the Laureate Health Promotores, and Ms. Elizabeth Chesina, who's our case manager there at Laureate Health Promotores. It's a new program, and I'll let them tell you a little bit about it. But they're housed there at Risky County. And so, the floor is yours.
Foremost, thank you, Ms. Jackie, for inviting us, and thank you for having a 2% our clinician. So, our clinician was gathered from Brittany Cal, we have Fish Center, Nursing Ministries of Laredo, and Laredo Social Support, which are all nonprofits. And the reason why we got together is because we saw individuals unaware of what is available in Laredo in the medical emergencies. So we saw there's a need for that. We saw a need for education policy as well as transportation, with the inflation's going up and as well as depending on their income, it has been going lower or just starting to balance out. So the work for individuals who create LHP and our coalitions, so we have Ms. Jacqueline Rodriguez, we have Nikki, the President of Social Ministries, we have Fire Plan. And what's unique about our program is in this collaborative with Methodist Healthcare Ministries, which we receive the funding from 1.4 million, we have individuals from the community to use their voice, and which is why this program is so successful right now, thus far. And what makes it so unique, the number of individuals from the zip code 46, 40, 43, who raised their concerns regarding medical appointment, the treatment via doctor or receptionist, or not able to have accessibility to transportation, and as well, education. So our mission is to help these individuals to find the resource needed. Again, if it's just finding the phone number for them, or is it finding for a email, insurance benefits. So what we're going to create is a list of resources available. It's going to be a huge directory from A to Z, from cardiology, dermatology, clinics, lab testing, anything you think of. This will be available on our webpage, on the booklet, and everything. It doesn't have the doctor's name, the phone number, the current address, insurance accept, what would be the estimated cost out of pocket if you don't have insurance, and as well, what other services were they offered on the side. I'm sure that you guys have this problem back then when you go on Google, you search for the doctor, and the number's a value call, or the doctor's no longer there. Our resources list is going to be updated to up par for what we have available here in Laredo specifically. Because again, some individuals feel need to go to San Antonio, which is good sometimes, because they don't think we have it available in Laredo, when they do in fact we have it. So which is why very important we have this resource available to our community. So here's an example of what we're gonna have on our list. So again, it's an extensive amount of lists: cardiology, dermatology, neurology, support groups, primary care, clinics, and so much more. And again, we emphasize this is free. We don't charge to visit our website. We don't charge to get information. As we are aware, we deal with elderly too. It's not going to be electronically. It's going to be on a pamphlet and a book, so they have access as well.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So you showed us a whole list of different specialties. Did you say all this was free?
Yeah. So these are information.
The service.
Yeah, the services and the sense of information is free. And my case manager, Ms. Pacina, so for example, you're looking for a cardiologist, Ms. Pacina will get the point of contact through your cardiologist to set up an appointment with you, to get the referral. We do all the back work for you. You don't have to worry. So it's going to be stress-free appointment for you. So we do the work, we set up your appointment, we do the follow-ups. That's what makes it really unique too. Because sometimes doctors, they do not follow up with you. And
So how do the people who you serve, who you provide direction to, how do they end up paying for the services?
with that, this is what we show the list of resources available, what insurance is set, and our insurance, we check with the cardiologist if they will have a copay, they have a deductible, and what if there's out-of-pocket cost for individuals who don't have insurance. And if they don't have insurance, we can refer them to other programs like Intention, Nursing Ministries of Laredo, and other resources that could pay for these services.
If I may say, they're advocates for patients or individuals like us that are going through their medical journey. I don't know if you've all experienced, sometimes for example, us at the center, we see that our patients come in and they need a referral or they need a note from the doctor so that we can continue the process. And they, they go to the office, I don't have it ready, come back tomorrow, come back there. And then sometimes what we do is we give up, we say, well, we'll do it next time. And they're left with that in the middle of their medical journey. And so they get, instead of getting better, they regress. So this program, what they're doing is they're gonna help you from A to Z. And if they can get that referral, they're gonna call for you, you can come into their office, they're gonna guide you, they're gonna refer you, they're not just gonna give you a number. And if they say, they're not answering me, they might even go to their doctor's appointment with them to say, kind of as an advocate, listen, Ms. Rodriguez has been here 3 times to see if you have a referral already, I know you're busy, kind of like that way. Kind of making them accountable to providing that patient care services that we all deserve. So this is a great program again, and it's in the beginning stages, but just even there, we've already had many patients that have been helped. There's a person that was going through some cancer treatments. She got paid for everything. It was almost how much?
It was about $150,000.
Just because they're finding the resources for the people that they don't know, that they can get that money or that funding. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to get that. For example, this young lady had no notion of that, and someone sent her there. And we're gonna be promoting and making aware about this program, but there's so many ways that we can help the individuals that need it. Okay.
Excuse me, how do the people register, or they just show up to the office?
As long as they live in zip code 46, 40, and 43, they can call us by the number 3 phone numbers. We have work cells there. If casino pass around a business card.
Okay,
And we've shown at the end of the slide. Our cell phones, our work phones are also our hotlines. So if they can't reach us up in our office, they can contact immediately through our cell phones, through text or via phone call. We either do a house visits through Ms. Vecina, or they could come to the office to visit Ms. Vecina through the process of it.
And in the case that they don't fall in the zip codes that we're helping, I could kind of help them, refer them to different agencies that could help them find the benefits. We're not gonna turn them down. But our goal is to help those people in the zip codes that we are targeting.
what
So-
were they again?
78, 43, 40, and 46. Yeah, which is when you think about it, would be like this area, the central south area. Folks, yes.
And again, we help all individuals. We don't turn them down. We help them as much as we can, especially for those individuals who do not live in zip codes. Those differences that we were not able to follow up on, we could do a courtesy, hey, were you able to do it after all? Were you able to get a visit? And finally, we try to work out to see, should we help out? Should we interfere and help out more? Or do they have it already?
A big thing is just we help, me as a case manager, I help them kind of navigate the healthcare system by acknowledging like, okay, there is this service that can help you with this. Some of them that already have insurance, they don't know how to access their benefits in the insurance, like their transportation benefits, or even deliveries and stuff like that. So that's also part of what we do. We help right? I help people kind of have access to the services that are available for them.
Oh, a navigator.
Yes, yeah, we have to navigate. Does it turn
Monitoring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because sometimes patients need that guidance and they just, well, go here, and they'll help you there. But no, if they say, well, I've been trying, so they will help you. As long as they're there and they're giving authorization, this is the patient, and then they guide them as they're talking over the phone. Because it happens where you go up to an appointment. It happened to me just the other day. I went to an appointment and they had set it up and everything, and I was there, I said, oh, I'm sorry, we're not gonna see you. Why? Because you're a new patient. I said, "Oh, yes." And he said, well, yes, but today we don't see new patients. I said, but you scheduled me, and so those are the type of things that if, you have to speak, you have to be your own advocate. And here, this is what they do. They advocate for you.
So educational practice, so our people live experience who are part of our coalition, they have emphasized that sometimes they don't have these resources available. They see they have the city, but they want other classes. So our coalition is offering PowerPoint presentations regarding diabetes self-management and prevention. We have one of our PhDs that already have diabetes. So some of them can't even prevent. How can we maintain it? How can we manage it ourselves? We also offer a presentation regarding nutrition, breastfeeding, importance of finding a medical home, which is extremely key to your medical health journey. We want a maternity health PCP or any specialty you need. And again, screening for cancer prevention. kept on the rise, as Ms. Jackie mentioned. We helped an individual. She was extremely young. She was unaware of her symptoms. She thought she was anemic, and unfortunately, she was positive for leukemia. And we're able to refer her to the program, and she got accepted to get all medications, procedures to cover through the indigent program. Patient advocacy. So again, sometimes these individuals do not feel seen or heard from a doctor, and sometimes I have past experiences where the receptionists are not so welcoming, and you already feel welcome in the office. You already feel tense on edge, and our personal lived experience also mentioned individuals don't make an effort regarding the language barrier. If they're English dominant, Spanish dominant, they don't do the effort on to inform them correctly. So our service is to advocate on their behalf, whether it's the senior or myself, talking to the doctor receptionist, holding them accountable and responsible for their action, letting know how you implement new measures to prevent a situation like this or for a new patient. So we hold them accountable, and I don't want to advocate. I had MR surgery 3 years ago, and the hospital wanted to pay a certain bill, and I was ignored the bill, and some of them do not have support system for other family members, they don't have anybody. But then with our division, we have our full attention and support. We have support from Ms. Jackie, from Ms. Cal, strong support from Ms. Mercy. So we are here to advocate for them and for the families to get the services that treatment to serve. And our turnaround time for referrals, back then it would be 3 weeks for a normal doctor's office, because since we're sitting there in the doctor's office for so long, we're the ones pushing for a referral, we're getting back to us, and our turnaround time is like 2 to 3 days now. Transportation. This is the most exciting one that everything's exciting. So with Brittany Cal, we offer transportation assistance. We are aware that individuals cannot afford transportation out of pocket, or they cannot drive you up for diagnosis or any circumstances happen in their life. So with the Spiritual RBC, they offer transportation to individuals to pick up from home to medical appointment and back, or social service if they need to renew food stamp, Medicaid. Again, they pick up from home and back. It could be going back and forth, a round trip, or single one way, depending on what they done. Again, this is free for individuals who are eligible through the code 46, 40, and 43. And it gives a huge relief of burden for individuals who are they miss their medical appointments, they miss the therapy, and we're lucky with the transportation, we're able to get them progress on their medical journey instead of regressing them.
And once again, with the transportations, before we offer them, we try to see there's other resources for them that were mentioned with the insurance, just because it's that's part of the problem that people are not accessing these benefits they have. If they end up exhausting those benefits, then we can come in and try to complement the because for example, there's some insurances that they only offer one way trips, and it's like, for how is he gonna get back? Like, right? Like they need, so that we're really complement. So we try to see what's available, and then if we don't, we cover the transportation.
Do we have any questions thus far? So again, we're looking for coalitions. So this coalition again was created by RBC, or Support Group, and Mercy Ministries in Laredo, and is funded by Methodist Healthcare Ministries. So we're always looking for individuals who are want to be part of a coalition and who come up with great ideas to support our community in the end. That's the main thing. So if you know anybody who'd like to be part of a coalition, feel free to reach out to us. And we have community events coming up. We kind of got a little cut off there. So we're going to be having our first health fair on October 26th. During this health fair, we're going to have physical clinics provided by Mercy Ministries in Laredo, public health. There will be STD testing, Hep C testing, thank you. And as well, Ridley Health has donated, they're doing a PT, OT, and speech evaluation for free. So we're going to have this again, all free, no cost, no charge. We are asking all vendors to bring some candies, or bring some decor, because we're going to do a Halloween event for the kids. So during this time, they're going to have free access to screening and as well as mental health screenings through PD mental health. So this is again all free for the community. We also got our donor from Rooted That by Things. They're doing a free yoga, so we're doing spooky yoga. Again, it is free. There's no cost for it. So if you like to do a little calma, this called suavecito. So it's a nice, easy flow yoga. Feel free to join it again, free. And one of our most exciting thing, I wish we could zoom out a little bit there, but.
Oh.
Can you zoom out? Maybe you can see it there better. So it's called Save Our Spot. This is a campaign. We see a lot of individuals who are abusing and misusing these parking spots. We had a stroke survivor. She's 32 years old and she's on a walker. She's impaired by her speech as well. She's a young mother of a 2-year-old and 11-year-old. And unfortunately, that time someone parked on the stripe lines. She was on a walker. She fell down and you're able. It's hot. The gravel's hot. Her leg was burned. She had cuts. Bystanders passing by. Nobody was helping her out. Eventually, his sister was aware. Where is my sister? She turned around and she saw her sister on the floor with a walker. So, which is where we come in here and advocate. She let them know with the PSA, we're gonna help the mayors and city council members and county members for to emphasize, do not park there. These are individuals that are parking there. This is their independence, and you're taking that away from them. So we're making sure they're getting this available for them. And we're also gonna have a campaign. It's called Spend a Day in My Wheels. We're gonna challenge council members and web county members were to be in a wheelchair the whole day or have your hand stuck to the body as a stroke survivor.
I'm doing it.
You're going for it. You're going for it.
Bring awareness.
Bringing awareness to that. Because again, people out there, they will never understand how they feel until they get in their shoe, in their wheels. So we're not going to tell them to spend a day in the wheelchair or have your hand stuck to them like a sling like that. And not that, I'm going to my chair and put the wheelchair back in my chair. No. Find their resources available. Get someone to pick you up in the wheelchair. Go through what they go through and understand the frustration. You're taking away that independence from them. So we're doing that.
So just when I had this recently, these young ladies, I mean, they're working so hard, they have so much energy, they were in front of, the Senator, Julie Saparini, they had a private meeting and telling them about the coalition and then how some of the more funding, because this is a 3-year
Yes.
program funding, you know. And so they were already there letting her know that this is happening and that, you know, we're gonna need more funding after the 3 years. to continue. And she was very welcoming and we were glad. I mean, I'm very proud of these young ladies because they've already done a lot. As a coalition, there were 15 coalitions that applied for this Methodist funding for the 1.4 million. And out of the 15, only, how many were, 3 were selected, so. We were good. Yes, for 6 months we got together and I know your daughter was part of it, the city of Laredo, Mercy Ministries, and we worked so hard for 6 months. We got to get together and work together. And then we said, oh, you got it. We said, oh my gosh, we got the funding now. We don't have to get to work. So they all recognized and be so far ahead of all the other coalitions. So far ahead, so.
And then our last slide, if anybody would like to take a picture. I know Ms. Messina has her cards here. I ran out of mine. But if you ever would like to get in contact, feel free to take a picture or get in contact with Ms. Messina. And again, we help any individual who are in need of us. We don't turn down anyone away. We see caregivers express their stories, survivors, other patients who express their stories, how they are being treated. And we want to make sure they don't get treated like that. So again, we're here for the community who are treating anything or you want to collaborate and helping a patient, feel free to reach out to us.
Referrals, you can refer.
Yes, referrals,
Thank you.
And you wanna join our health fair, we also do have spots. Tables, if you wanna have a table, just I can pass around the email right now. And yeah, join us.
Wait, and how many do you got to serve on this grant? How many people, does it have a number?
So, can you say that again, Sachin?
How many do you need to serve on this particular grant that
So
you're?
a year we have to target about 5,000 people.
Okay.
Yes. Well, we've been a little bit behind our numbers, only the reason because we started late. I started a little late, then we had our promoter late, so.
Yeah.
We were.
No, but I mean, we're all here to help, right?
Yeah,
The different
of
platforms that we have and to
Refer.
help send people your way, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, and we've been receiving some patients already from board region, from specialty regarding to helping out, if we're able to help out. Or if we can't help them, we try to find out where else can we get to help. We don't just stop there, we try to still find a solution for them.
And so one of the main things is that the promotoras, they're the ones that going out there and
Yes.
bringing awareness to all those people and bringing them in and sending the referrals.
And we're doing block walking too. We're getting volunteers to.
Oh, you're
block walk
busy.
with us too. Yes, we're very busy.
Block walking and everything.
We're gonna shape with this walking. Let's see the weather coming up.
Good, win-win situation.
Yeah, so this a perfect way for individuals who are not so tech savvy, looking at social media. We go in public and we get the service done with them to express also their concern or any questions they have and just inform them about our coalition.
Very good, great job. Anything we can do.
Maybe I can record with you. Maybe I can invite to one of our staff meetings.
Yes, of course. Great.
As a never email us.
Yes, as I was thinking, even for the transportation.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we work under vocational rehab services and when we refer them to another live.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes time where I'm not able per se, thank you, to take a customer to.
Yes.
So maybe in the meantime, if you as a service can kind of do that,
Yes.
you know, like, and if your times are a little bit way faster than, oh, it can take to assist. And even though we tried, right, like the other day, a customer that was, she was completely blind due to cataract. Something that is remediable, but just because of her situation, how it happened. And she has no family here in Laredo. And my orientation mobility specialist, which is the training with the White King, brainstorming. She's like, Miss Miguel, let me just tell you, like right now, the situation even at home is not that great. And I was like, okay, what are we doing? I was like, you know what? I saw on Facebook through a Mommy and Me group that there's a lady that provides specifically Uber services or it just for women because she only felt comfortable with women. So we were trying to like do something to help her in the meantime while she got the services of El Metro Libs because she needed to get that form filled out by her doctor, but her appointment wasn't until a month from. So it was like a lot of
Yeah.
with
We could do that a home visit. Like this is where Miss Christina Cook stepped in. Instead of her doing the effort to travel there, we could pick up a form as long as we get her consent. We take the form to the doctor, it gets filled out, and we bring it back to her.
Yeah.
We do that effort because again, we understand that the stress. That stress is so.
Yeah, and we were trying to do that ourselves, but my O&M instructor that during the day she's an instructor at UISD, so she was only able to do it after work. Like, so we were after work like trying to figure out how to help her, and I can already see where I, you know, maybe.
That's what they reach out. They were trying to book us. I was like, "Oh, we're we got a time, good time." So, and I think it can help out. And it doesn't have to be RBT patients; it could be any kind of patients. And soon we're coming soon with ambulatory sources too, for bedridden patients. Again, because we understand life happens or diagnosis happens, so we're going to be offering that as well to go at any point if needed.
It's.
Motoras still part of the neighborhood.
Promotoras, so they're still part of the
The neighborhood.
What do you?
Motoras is not like a new thing. Motoras has been around for
Oh,
like
oh,
30
yeah.
years or 40 years.
So we put
it
We've been around ever since I started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our,
And so I know that Methodist Ministries has always been very active. They've always advocated and promoted and pushed in that direction. And so the whole idea behind the promotoras is that you have ladies who are friendly to you and more from the neighborhood, and so they provide accessibility and trust for the person who actually needs the service. So that's kind of why I'm asking you, do you also just hire from the promotoras from that neighborhood or from that area that know the neighborhood and know the people that live in that area?
Yeah, so the individual that actually the staff we have hired is an individual who has gone to the similar experience what is going through our program. One of our promotoras, she has confidential reasons I can't say. She has gone through a great amount of stress and medical issues, so we hired through her. And we have advocates, which is a person with experience who also are in training right now to become a promotora that we're going to be paying for their course to become promotoras themselves in their neighborhood and helping them in the future.
And part of our board, they're on our board, they're promotoras, that's the whole thing to get them in there, and we're learning from each other. So they're part of our board, and actually they run the board.
Yeah. So we
Exactly.
have 3 board members from each organization, and we have 7 people who have experience, because again, the coalition is about their voice, about their experience, so they have majority vote, they
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So that's how we work it out, we make sure we hear their voice first, and then Miss Jackie and other nonprofits, they tell their professional opinion, what's a good idea, what's not a good idea, or like, what can compromise work out, just give their opinion, and there they vote on all together.
We do have a promotora that's active right now. She's going to community centers, in our specific areas. She goes and gives, depending on what they're requesting, she'll give a presentation on the material. We have those topics that we talked about, but we understand. Sometimes they need something different, so like, our promotora was just La Liguera, and we did a presentation on mental health slash dementia, just so that like they understand a little bit more, because that's what you requested.
Yeah, just because people like, I walked in there, they said, who's this dude? I don't know.
Yeah, she's out and she's out there in our community. She's working for in other clinics, so she's already like familiar with the work and everything. I think we're still hiring, right?
Yeah, we're still hiring for volunteers if you know anybody. And again, what's amazing about this that I guess this says our sensibility and empathy for them, that these patients are so open with us. They cry with us. They're very comfortable with us to explain about their life event or what their process is. So we have a very, very welcoming office, and again, feel free to cry if you need to cry.
Good information. Down. We'll try to pitch in and help you know.
You know what was great, I'm sorry that you mentioned the dementia component, because the numbers are there, right? Laredo and El Paso are tied for #1 in the nation
Yes.
of Alzheimer's cases. So at the UT Health Science Center, there is a neurologist, Dr. Elastigui, who is with the Biggs Institute. They're doing the research, right? And then there's only 133 geriatric doctors in the nation. And one of them is Dr. Davila. She comes from San Antonio, and they're seeing patients at the UT Health Science Center. So it's a good resource. Like, if, it's hard to find those neurologists in town, and dementias are hard to diagnose. It's like those autoimmune diseases, right? So it's good information. I'm gonna send you the invitation for the caregiver conference. It's a great conference just to educate on what's out there. Dr. Haciel will be on the panel, our director of therapy operations, on the importance of occupational therapy with dementia, and then the loss of cognition, right? Hearing and cognition. So it'll be good. I'll get it to you.
And now that you mentioned in that presentation, I actually put because I helped her do it. I put the resource at UT. I actually called them too, and they have
Amazing resources.
Yes, and most people, like, that's our job. Like, most people don't know
to
that
get that
exists.
word out.
And like at the end of the presentation, it's like, there's just resources. If you feel like you are relative is going through this, symptoms, you see these changes in them, go here.
Yes.
And then that's where if somebody comes up to a promotora, it's like, oh, how can I get there?
Yes.
They give me the info, I try to follow up, and
It would be really good for you all to tap into too, is to actually set up at the walk. We could probably negotiate some kind of lower sponsorship, because you all are nonprofit, right? But even at the walk, there's like 1,500 people that come and walk at Tammany. So it's
The outfit?
yeah.
We actually have registered with, I forgot her name,
Did you register with Maxine?
yes.
Good. Very good.
Yes.
no, they're
And
all
one more, yeah, we're everywhere.
we're really trying.
One more comment before we take on more time. We also have a page on our webpage and our resources on our Facebook and Instagram. We share any community events. So if we have any community events like the caregivers, we share on our Facebook, Instagram, webpage too. So again, these are resources available for the community for them to use.
Thank you.
Very much.
Party, but we have other.
I actually have to be patient. That's what I'm running on. No, but keep having us.
Okay, so next we have a presentation by the City of Laredo Parks and Recreation. Share activities providing.
Good morning, thank you for having us. My name is Anita Stanley, I'm assistant manager for the Parks and Recreation Department. And, we've been coming to these meetings, for a while now. It's definitely identified, and recognized the need for special events, for our population. And so one of the things that we're doing is, we initiated an aquatics class for individuals with special needs, and it is for individuals aged up to 17, up to 17 years old. And it's a learn to swim class. We offer it every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And we were asked at one point, and it was a very good idea, to have the pool closed to ensure that it was only for individuals with special needs, because it less of a distraction, if you will. And so we took that advice, and so we made the pool available, and we're offering it, as I said, every weekend, on weekends. We also incorporated a fitness for special needs program, and we do that on Fridays, every Friday, at one of our rec centers. And so, like, Eloy and Vaughn is our instructor, and I'd like him to talk about the class a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. Good to be here with you all. I am the supervisor for the Hillside Parks and Recs, and I am a certified autism exercise specialist, in which I instruct individuals with special needs. Most of our classes have been individuals with autism and Down syndrome, and we promote health and wellness, which is I come up with fitness programs that work on helping their cognitive skills, their motor skills, helping them benefit with physical abilities, with exercise and conditioning. So I develop a program that works on their all body development and everything that has to do with cardiovascular exercise routines, agility, drills, stretching, everything that promotes health and wellness.
What age is for this, sir? I'm sorry.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
were the
The ages are from 6 years and up.
Okay, so this, how it's stated here is exactly what I had asked, Dr. Castillo to put for adults. So we wanted to hear what it is, because yes, I know the programs that you have
Mhm.
for our children. Okay, and I know how successful they have been for the children. My concern is adults. What are we doing for the adults? And I know your programs are good, and I've heard about your programs, and I commend you for everything you do and what the city has done. But my concern is adults. That's what I wanted. And it states right here for adults. So
Yes,
I wanna know, Miss Stanley, and maybe next time you can come over and bring Mr. Gomez too, and enlighten us about what are we doing for adults. We know what we're doing for the kids. It's still not enough as a mom of a child with autism, as an adult with autism, but he'll always be my baby. I know what you're doing, and I see my families in our group, you know, they love those Saturdays in the morning that you provide for them for free swimming. We were still getting questions about the aquatics, where they register and all that, for the Learn to Swim class. But now my concern is basically, what are we doing for the adults that are sitting at home, not going anywhere? And it would be wonderful, and I think I had discussed it with you, and I had discussed it with anybody who listened. The way that you open the pools on a Saturday, we could open a pool during the week for a couple of hours. Okay, something like that. Let's think out of the box. You can, I mean, if the pool is not available because maybe the lifeguard is busy, maybe a splash pad. Okay, maybe have your classes now, yes, geared to the little ones, but also geared to the adults, so that the adults now can go. So you're having your classes for the little ones on Friday, if so, maybe on a Thursday, you can have the classes for the adults. So the programs that you have, wonderful, but expand them to the adults. Because my concern sitting here in the Blue Ribbon Committee is now I'm looking at everybody, and I'm not saying just adults with autism. I'm saying adults with disabilities, all the disabilities that are out there. And many adults are sitting home because Laredo still, that's what we're trying to do, get them to work in this committee, okay? But we still have a lot of them just sitting at home, so I'm sorry I interrupted, but it was supposed to be for adults.
Okay,
Okay.
what we wanted to add is, I just received a memo this morning authorizing from our HR department, authorizing the implementation of a special needs division. And this individual is going to be focused with creating exactly what you're talking about. And so this is going into the system today. Like I said, I just received notification this morning. And so we are going to be putting this position out so that we can do exactly what you're asking. So it is the individual that is needed in this department. You know,
Right.
I think the need is there. And so we've got individuals who have experience, but I needed somebody who has a degree, who can actually put together all these programs that we're talking about. We're definitely aware that different disabilities have different needs and the type of programs that can be offered. And so we've been working on trying to do this for some time, but we just got, this has been going back and forth from HR to us and you know, add this, send me this, give me this, what, you know. So when I got the email this morning, because I actually called and I said, what is the status, you know? And so I received this morning, so very excited that we're actually gonna get this on the ground.
That is great news.
And so, yeah, it's been a long time coming. Working in the city is interesting.
Yes.
It's not a matter of picking up a phone and getting something to happen. It's a matter of, well, send me this form, send me this, what, you know.
There's a lot of bureaucracy.
There's a
red
lot
tape.
here. And it's understood, you know, they want to make sure that they got it right as well. And so it's a lot of research to identify exactly the individual, because the ideal thing to do would be to have a team of 20 people
Yes.
to be able to hire. Well, we can't do that, right? And so what we do is we do bring people in who have the experience. I've got 2 individuals on staff who actually have the experience, so that definitely works to our favor. But it's a matter of, and I was listening to them, I thought it's interesting, because that's what this individual is gonna have to do, you know, seek partnerships
Yes.
and expand the workforce through volunteers where we're able to, because we've got the facilities. It's the educated people, the trained people.
The subject matter expert.
Exactly. That's what we don't have. And so this individual would be responsible for bringing everybody together. And I was working with Tammy some time ago, I believe with Dr. Trove, on working with his students to require it, to make it mandatory for them to pass the class. They had to dedicate X number of hours throughout the year, right? And so that's what I want this individual to do, to be able to bring individuals to work programs like this.
And I commend you because it's been taking you how long? We've
Yes,
been
sir.
having this conversation for years now.
Yes, sir.
More than 20 years.
Yeah, long time.
Well, for this particular,
Yeah,
yes, the need,
yeah.
yes, for this position, it's been about a year.
And you've been this close and now finally.
Right, it was, no, we don't have the funds to do it, no, but we found the funds, we have the ability to do it, and so that's what we're moving towards.
Let us know what we can help you with. We're
So what
down.
is the name of
Definitely.
the person? What is it? The role? No, not the name. What did you call
The
it?
title?
The title,
The
yes.
title is
Specialist, something?
Special Needs Manager.
Special.
And it's requiring a degree in behavior analysis, special education, psychology, or related field.
Okay. And are we gonna find somebody like that in Laredo? Or are we gonna tweak it and say,
Yeah.
preferably with all of that?
Well, or related field covers that.
Okay.
So, and then the finance experience is going to ensure that we get somebody who knows how to create these programs based on the special need.
And I think that I remember maybe 3 years ago, I had a customer of mine wanting to, she did kinesiology, but she was wanting to specialize herself with kind of like physical education for special needs. And I still have her phone number and I'll see where she's at.
That's the exact. kind
Because
of
she
individual we're
was,
looking for.
and she was really interested in that. And she had just graduated, was it? No.
When are you gonna start recruiting?
And I asked staff before I got to put it in the system, and when I saw it, please, and this is urgent. So she's gonna put it in the system, when I got word, I asked HR, does this have to wait until October? She said, no. So,
And who would be part of that hiring process? Like, I think it would be great to invite maybe, like some advocates, like Ms. Orduño, myself, the tribes. She's teacher. No, hold on. No. Because we can give input as to it. I mean, yes, you have your subject matter experts, but there's nothing like parents.
Yes.
We are the subject matter experts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're not saying like, oh, it'll be up to us. Just
No,
if
but
you
she'll
need us,
maybe
we're
she'll
here.
need some supports, right?
Yeah.
From you all who are subject matter experts.
Yeah, that's all I'm, that's
Sure.
basically it. I didn't want to take over the no.
Give us 10.
Some input if you need it.
Because I don't see all the time.
And you know what?
I always need it.
Okay, I was gonna tell the promotoras, how wearing arms length or being in a wheelchair, I'm like, hey, hire, I'll lend you my kid. Then also some child support stuff, but maybe about that.
Bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
I love it. Listen,
You're gonna say, never mind, we're not here. Call your work and, come get your child because he's this and that, and then what are you gonna do, find out, that's really.
yeah, adopted child.
Adopted child for the day.
But
It's
that's
funny
great,
for me,
that's
though.
great news.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
So is the behavior analyst degree required? Is it mandatory?
Is it what?
Mandatory?
Behavior analyst? No, it's one of 3 options or other, something that is compatible with what the actual outcome has to be.
Yeah.
So you need somebody, it's similar to a therapeutic recreation specialist. And so the person has to have an understanding of the disabilities and what type of needs each disability comes with, right? And so this individual would be able to plan and schedule different events, organizations, classes, etc., as well as work with the community to create these partnerships and be able to actually fulfill whatever event or program is desired. So having that understanding as well as having the experience, so we're asking for about 5 years experience of them actually working in the community and doing something similar, relatable to this particular.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you all know of anybody, please let them know this position is coming up. It's been sought after for much time, so I'm really excited. Definitely, if you have any opinions or input to share, please share it with us. This is a situation where we'd like to fill it as soon as possible.
Knowing the system of the city of Laredo, sorry you all, I was a little late, I apologize, I'm running from one meeting to the next. Ms. Downey asked him to enter it into the NeoGov system today. It'll go through some approvals and then hopefully at the soonest, it could be posted in the next 10 business days. If not, it would be 15 business days, so just.
Yeah, well, weeks.
Richard knows my pain.
Yeah. Well, then, let's just throw out 21 days.
Probably.
To be posted on. Posted on. It could be I mean, Ms. Stanley asked them to get it done, but if HR pushes yes tomorrow, then it's tomorrow, but, HR has a lot of things to do also.
Maybe I missed it, but this individual that eventually is going to be hired for the specific, their goal is to create activities for individuals with disabilities.
Correct. We have the resources, we've got the facilities. It's the staff to coordinate, put together, and bring together individuals to actually carry out, conduct, who are certified and what have you. So there's a lot of structure that needs to happen. And so we needed somebody with this specific
Skill set, talent.
skill set, exactly, to be able to do this and experience, to know what it was gonna, what it was going to take to actually do whichever class or program we'd like to do, whatever program is needed, necessary in the community. And so, yeah, this individual is gonna have to bring a lot to the table.
Yeah.
You know,
So is the person going to be conducting or doing, I guess, individual, I don't wanna call it a treatment plan, but a rehab plan, a activity plan? Are they gonna be individualized?
not individual, it's going to be as a group, exactly. So, you know, we'll definitely cover activities for, as I said, we have the resources. We've got 8 recreation centers, we've got 2 senior centers, we've got 9 aquatic swimming pools, 9 swimming pools. So we've got facilities. What I was short, the detail I was short on was this individual to put it all together. And so, does that answer your question?
No, yeah, definitely, because I work with some younger individuals that have disabilities, and some of the things that they're interested in terms of recreation, like they want to be part of teams, they want to be part of it. You know, they want to play soccer, they want to play basketball, but they want an actual league, not necessarily just like one class they get to go to a week. Like they want to be part of a team. I know there's like a lot of outside leagues, like we were talking about, let's say flag football, you have the NFL youth flag football or the boys and girls club that's coordinated with school and the coach to do it, right?
Right.
But there's no actual league or a person with disability could go and actually participate. Then maybe the city could be the one that coordinates, hosts, provides the facility, provides the resources for these individuals to participate.
Last year, I went to a conference in San Antonio, and they were talking exactly about that. They were talking about the equipment necessary, the wheelchairs for basketball or different. And that's exactly what I was looking at when I was talking to the individual who was giving the presentation. I thought, we can definitely do something. She said, I know it's expensive to get started because we need the equipment.
Yeah.
But there are grants out there available, and you would need somebody to write the grant for you and the resources. And so I explained to her what we had, and she said, you've got the resources then. All you need is the individual to put it together, and you also need the equipment. So, you know, we got information from them to be able to lead us in that direction.
Our organization work with a lot of like the southern counties. So we were just in Hidalgo like about a month and a half ago, and they host with like a wheelchair basketball night. So it's awesome.
I saw what they were doing, and I was super impressed, and I thought, my gosh, this is what we need in Maria. This is exactly what we need. Thank you very much.
They could even have soccer for the blind.
Yeah, we're doing tennis for the blind right now.
Yeah, okay.
We do it outside and inside, and so the only concern that we have is that there's limitations with regard to you doing it outside. It has to be in a court that is suitable for doing this,
Are
right?
you doing it through Miss Tina Trevino?
Yeah. Tina and USDA.
But it's through, also with the city of Laredo, through like Rex?
Yes, ma'am. Tina and I work very closely together on programs like this especially, and so the city sponsors them so that they're able to be free to the public.
Well, that's good because we're having our upcoming White King Day and we usually try to have resources, but I think Miss Tina shared she wasn't gonna be able to attend the White King Day and we have like to have like information for our customers, but I didn't know they were not going through or, you know, like the city. Parks and Rec.
When this initiated at Hillside Rec Center a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And so we've since moved it around to different centers, just depending on acoustics and what have you, the floor.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're also doing, you know, tennis with her, we partner with her on this tennis for stroke survivors. We're doing that at Papa's tennis courts. It's gonna take me a while to get used to that. The Market tennis court, on Market Street. So, yeah, we're really excited. I think this is gonna explode. And as I mentioned one time when I was researching on programs and different types and how many and what have you, it's like there is no number. And so it's equitable. Right, so if we do this number, then we should have the exact number of special needs programs. And so that's what we're shooting for. So,
Thank you.
yeah, get the word out, in 21 days. For positions, and if you know anybody from what I've described meets that, caliber of individual that we're looking for, to please apply for the position. So-
This will be a full-time position.
Oh, yeah. More than full.
Yeah,
Good answer.
The other duties is some BCBA thing, because, I mean, how many of, I know, of, what, 2 in Laredo? For the BCBA part, yeah.
Right, yes, I understood, and one of them is already contracted, the other one contracts her services out.
Yeah.
So, understanding that, but it's a good salary. And so I'm hoping that we can attract.
Okay, well, I'll help with whatever I can.
Anticipate.
And she'll write the grant.
I would find one.
She'll write the grant.
Thank you.
Thank you all for the
Thank you.
information.
Yes, thank you.
So looking at your question.
Yes, thank you so
Yes,
much.
yeah, I just wanted to mention,
Yes.
we do cater to adults.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
so, they're part of our class as well. So, and, so just to let y'all know.
Thank you for what you do. I know they keep posting it on our webpage, on our Facebook page, so I would like to thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Next item is the public health autism surveillance program, but what I understand is Ms. Chavez is not here today, so. maybe she's going to- So we're gonna move back up to,
You want me to discuss this in closing?
no, you know what, let me go even further up.
Sure.
We didn't even do the minutes.
Oh, because you can have 4?
Yeah. So at this time, can you all look at your minutes? You all should have minutes in your files. So we need approval, so just take a look at them and get ready. Corrections or additions or edits that we can make.
I can approve the minutes.
Okay. Second. These are approved as they are. Thank you. Next item is public comments. No public comments.
No problem.
We go on to the next item 4, which is committee website revisions and updates. I think we had mentioned some last meeting that we had. I think we were, Lisa, Gina, do you know Angela?
I will need to get I will need to ask Kylie.
Okay, well, it's not that.
Sorry, what was that again?
The website. so-
Yes, he has mentioned that all updates have been made to the website, so if you all, I know you're very busy, but if you'd like to also take a second look, just to make sure that he dotted i's and crossed t's. And if not, then just let us know via email or at the next meeting, and we'll make sure to enhance those, or take into account your feedback or approval if there is any necessary.
Thank you. Next item we have is the National Disabilities Employment Awareness Month proclamation and event on October 2nd.
I'll go ahead and give updates. So, as you know, Mr. Castillo, we have this subcommittee and we've been meeting weekly, just to go over logistics and whatnot. all is well, everything is moving forward. The only thing that we're needing, I believe the last I checked, we had 58 invitations and we had 18 confirmations so far in that Evite platform. Now, I know I sent Richard, and thanks for your response, Richard, and Erica, and yourself, Magda. For whatever reason, that Evite system is not, it's showing that it's sent, but you're telling me, no, I didn't get them. Like, okay. So I have an email to them, but I think it's the firewalls with the entity. Yes, that it may not be compatible. But other than that, so I took a snippet and I sent it just to confirm that they did receive the invitation. The only thing at this time, is of course, we'll be at the UT Education Research Center, right, in Bustamante. We've requested the AV equipment, the podium. I've signed a contract with them. Presenters should bring their presentation on USB, right, whoever would be presenting. We're gonna set up a registration table downstairs, and then we're gonna have 2 tables upstairs for the coffee, juice, and those snacks that will be provided from the health department and leave, right? What else do we have? So the target to get the actual invitation out was the 16th. And then RSVP's on it by the 23rd. I'm working on the tentative agenda that I'll present to you all once we have everything defined. What else? Oh, I did mention to Erica, of course, to please let the mayor know of the venue change, to assure that he knows where he's going. Of course, the presenters will be Nick Casillas, Business Relations Coordinator, and Juan Diaz, Employment Assistant Specialist, right?
And I will let you know, so in an email that I was included like later on, Nick, I don't know if it was Nick or our business relations coordinator, I wanna say they had tapped into workforce. I believe in their presentation, they had like a 5-minute topic about what the workforce solutions, the WIOA Act or something. That's if I read correctly. And they were asking, can whoever from workforce or one of their business relations specialists give that 5-minute presentation. I was like, boy, if it's a part of their 1 hour presentation, I was like, most definitely, just let me know.
So we can.
Yeah, because I guess they were asking me, and I was like, I think if that is a part of your presentation,
Because it's a component, right, of that presentation of, if they're needing that special assistance to seek employment, right?
So I was just gonna let you know, in case if they're a part of that 1 hour, I'll let you know who the person is.
And you know what I would do, Martha, and this is just a recommendation, since they're part of that presentation, I would tap into them, the workforce, to invite those employers, because they've got a huge amount of employers. That would be something to work on, right? I'll circle back with them and say, yes, of course, the committee has agreed that that's part of your presentation, but twofold, we'd like to assure that they would assist us to invite those employers and have them send the emails over to me, and I'll get those out. Right. Okay, thank you. And then Carlos Salazar. Oh, so Carlos, for the employer success stories, Carlos Salazar recommended Mr. Granados. So we had mentioned to Erica, right, in our last meeting, that she would be doing the success story with Mr. Granados, and we're pending one. So I don't know what other presentation that would be for the success story, because I know we're pending one. I think he was gonna work on one, I think we were gonna work on one, but I think one, if we do two, would be okay.
Yes, remember that mine we had moved because we were like, oh, one with the city of Laredo is good, and then the other one, I wanna say Miss Ceci was gonna get the HB Bridges program to come in. That's why I'm sure.
Okay, I'm gonna follow up with Ceci on the bridges. She did tell me that Samantha's gonna try and get here. I didn't realize there were gonna be a success story. I thought she was gonna speak on, hey, this is what HEB is doing. But let me clarify.
Well, I'm assuming as a business that they are going to say, this is how we.
Okay, so all we need to do is spark some creativity to ensure strong employer attendance, right, at the event. And And then Ceci was gonna get the flyer out to the chamber as well. Right now, I think everything is, not I think, I know everything is good. The only thing we're needing is to tap into those employers. And we're gonna send you all an invitation too, para que vengan.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Yes. Anytime. Thank you.
And I did ask some of the moms and they're ready.
Wow, yes, it's good. You know, those for-profit, non-profit. Now, we do know that the municipalities, right, but that's part of that presentation, if I remember correctly, they are not eligible for the tax credit if they're municipalities, right? So I think that's what I recall. So they'll make that clear there, and that way people know about those tax credits that those employers want to hear about. But a lot of those mom and pop shops too, right? We need to get them there because they're the ones who could really benefit from those tax incentives. But other than that, we're good. I was actually, now, I'm gonna move real quick to the email I sent regarding those grants that Ms. Lisa tapped my shoulder on. So I went to research it and I took the opportunity because I was over at the UT Health Science celebrating their 3rd year anniversary. They got amazing things going on. They had a great panel. And Minita Ramirez was there, Dr. Ramirez. I said, you want to go, doctor? So I nudged her and I said, you know, I just looked at this the other day and we just want to come sit with you and talk about what it is, what can we do, because we got to get on the map. I said, we're way behind the times. If there's money out there, you have a darn good grant writer, we need to draw that money down. I said, so I'll be reaching out to your office on behalf of the BRC, right? So that we could have that conversation. She says, let me know and I'll bring our grant writer in so we can understand. And we're just gonna navigate what that is, but I will take that charge, reach out to her, send an email, check her calendar, so that we can just come and visit and say, hi, how is the college gonna be able to draw down these monies about workforce, you know, preparedness for people with disabilities? So I've had that conversation. It was God sent. She was there, so I want to take this opportunity.
No.
That's why I was late.
And let her know that I have one of my customers working part-time in the writing department, but she hopes to ultimately find a full-time position.
Yeah.
I've been having those conversations with that customer. She's
But-
like,
Wait, really? Because you thought an email, so you'll reach out to the TAMU people?
I already did both TAMU and LC.
Oh,
Okay,
because she said
very
that she just told me Anita, and so she already talked to her about it.
Perfect, I just
Yes.
emailed Minita,
Good.
like something like, saw her right now, I had not.
Did you see her at the event?
Yeah.
Oh, you already went, okay,
Yeah.
good.
And yeah, so they both know, and sorry, to take a call from the finance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it's gonna align right now with the symposium.
Yeah, and I did also mention to her,
but like, hey, well, you already have somebody that kind of is going, having through those, you know, resources or.
yes. And I did also tell her about the symposium that we're gonna host at the venue where we were at. I said, and we'd love your HR folks to come or whoever those individuals on your team need to be there. I said, well, it's gonna be very informative. It's gonna be very enlightening. I said, and it's gonna help bring our community up to speed. I said, but you know, it's baby steps. We're planting seeds. I said, we just need you all to help us water those seeds.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, all right. All right, no, thank you.
I think that's it.
I'm sorry I was late. I ran to everybody's time here, but I am now.
No, don't worry.
It's okay for
You're good.
Okay, so if there's nothing else.
That's okay for the only.
Yes,
I
to-
think
they just calling you here.
that's okay. I know Dr. Chamberlain just stepped out, and although it wasn't asked by you all, he requested that the PIO team give you guys some drafts of possibly a new logo, if you would like. So I have some creative designs if you guys wanna just look at them real quick, and then if you like them.
Logo for the BRC?
Yes,
Oh,
and if you like them, we can send them and do like a poll, like via email.
that would
If you guys would
I think,
like to see them. I know we just sat down and I was waiting to see if he was gonna talk about it.
Well, somehow, because I'm not part of the BRC.
no, you're fine.
You can still look at it.
Yes, we value your opinion.
So this is one of the, I have several, so
Mhm.
one,
Okay.
and then that's another one,
Mhm.
City of Three. Then that's another one. And
Jeez.
so those are the second designs.
Looks like a bottle cap.
Good,
I
So-
like that one too.
So yes, we can share these, through Miss Angie or.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My friend.
Okay, it's not dry, right?
Are we gonna adjourn?
I adjourn.
Are we gonna adjourn?
Somebody move to adjourn.
Yeah, move to adjourn.
And I was like, "No."